impressions are you left with from last night's game?
Obviously not the result we wanted. I think everybody's aware of that, but I think it's good for our group. I think we didn't play our game. We didn't play the way we know we can have success playing, and they showed us. I mean, they were better than us, I think, last night. With that being said, I don't think it was necessarily a 5-1 game, but from there, it's us as a group. It's sometimes sucks to lose, but you learn a lot in a loss, and I think the whole group is aware of that, which is a big positive.
How would you explain this team's early struggles on the road?
Yeah, I think it's always good to be really good at home, I think, in that way, but I think it's us finding a way of getting on the road and just playing our game and not – obviously, every time you get in an away building, just like any team that comes in here, they know they're the other team, that we're going to be ready to face them and we're going to come out strong. And it's managing that start. I think we've had some good games on the road that obviously we didn't get the result, but there's a game like last night is just a game that can't happen, is simplifying things. And obviously it sounds a little bit weird to say, but you got no one to impress on the road. It's really just playing a solid game, two-way games. When you look at teams that had a lot of success, won Stanley Cups, they embraced a hard game and they embraced coming on the road and just doing it all over and over again, just like we do here at home. So, you know what, we're 12 games in, but I think it's a good game last night. I think for a group to learn that, you know what, every night we're gonna have to show up and bring our best. And it's easy to say, but you know what, coming in the rink this morning, I think every single player is aware of that, and every single player is aware that we could have been a lot better last night, and I think that's big for us as a group.
How do you find consistency and avoid this win one, lose one, win one, lose two, win one?
You know what? I think it's like we just kind of covered is we've been on the road. We've played some solid games that could have went either way. We've lost a couple that maybe should have at least brought to overtime and get a point, but you can't sit back on those things. We play so much hockey. There's a lot, but it's us as a group and learning. And there's one way that we play that we have a lot of success, and we've proven it here at home, and we've proven it at times on the road. But it's managing that and coming every night ready to do the same thing over and over again.
You've seen, a number of coaches over your time here in Ottawa. For the last little bit here, what's stood out to you as maybe Travis's biggest strengths in terms of how he gets through to the group and connecting with?
You know what? I think it's a lot of teaching that on a lot of details that I think for us as players, whatever position, whatever role you have on the team, there's always a way for us to improve, and I think every guy really appreciates that, is the feedback on every night. Whether you win or you lose, there's always areas that we can be better. And you know what? Every day we come in the rink, and every practice that we do is with a purpose. Every video session that we do is with a purpose, and I think every guy likes that, and every guy enjoys that. That obviously we know we have a lot of good players in this room, but we want to turn the corner and win as many games as we can. And with Travis so far this season, he's been big on that, on improving every single part of our game.
The penalty kill this year, kind of having in the past, what's that been like for you, and how do you feel you're adjusting to?
It's been good. It was a bit of an adjustment at the start. I'm not gonna lie. It's couple of years that I wasn't really out there. So, but no, it's been a good challenge. I think Jance and I have been doing a great job at that, and a lot of it is communication. When you get out there, you're four guys, and just getting used to being out there together and being in positions. And obviously, last night, Jance and I, the one goal is kind of a unfortunate bounce. It's going to happen, but I think you got to just look back on that thing and keep doing the same thing. We've been doing it well, and we've been having success, and we're obviously still trying to adapt. But I mean, looking back on last night, obviously we allowed 2 on the PK, but also us as players, we didn't get anything on the power play. So special teams were a big thing. So, but you know what? It's been a good challenge. I enjoy it, and it's been fun.
A bit of a general question on Nick, but what are your impressions of Nick Jensen as a puck carrier when he shows off his offensive capabilities?
Yeah, no, he's good. He can skate. He can move the puck. He's got really good poise. So no, it's been fun. It's both of us can go up there and make some plays, so it's nice to, whether it's in the offensive zone or in the D zone. I think it's easily any of us can break the puck out and use our feet and use our skill to take over. So, you know what? It's been great. We're feel like we're getting somewhere in chemistry wise and getting used to being next to each other and getting a really good feel for each other's game. And but like I said earlier, we're 12 games in. There's a lot of hockey to be played. But you know what? We're looking to keep on taking a step and being as best as we can every night.
Were you as familiar with Nick's offensive game before you met him?
Not as much, but I always knew him as a very good two-way defenseman, guy that can really skate well. I remember playing against him. You can see him go up and down the sheet pretty smoothly. So no, it's been fun. We're getting to know each other, and I think we're at a step right now that we get a really good feel for each other. So you got to keep on building that and trying to use each other's tool, I guess, as best as we can when we get out there, and keep showing up every night and trying to be the best pairing out there.
What do you do off the ice to get to know your defensive partner better?
I think it's just we've been hanging out a lot on the road, and obviously at home with families, everything's different. But on the road, they spend time together and get to know each other, going out for dinners, going out for like a bunch of little things on the road. So it's been fun. He's a great guy to be around. We play cards together on the plane, so we're kind of spending a lot of time together, which makes it fun. I think you get to know each other really well in that way, and he's a great guy. He's fun to hang around off the ice, and obviously really fun to play on the ice as well with.
Is that something in the past where whichever D partner you've been with, you've tried to kind of cultivate a relationship off the ice?
Yeah, I mean, the past few years were a little bit different, and I mean, it was every game was some difference, so it's hard to build something and build some chemistry when you're always kind of switching partners. So obviously, since start of training camp, that's something I've been really excited about is just practice, games, whatever, just always being with the same guys. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be some nights it's not going to go our way, but I feel once you build that relationship together is you can sit down and really talk things out, and even when things are going well. So you know what, it's been a lot of fun being with the same guy over and over again here.
Pour revenir sur votre fiche à l'extérieur, est-ce qu'on devrait comprendre que vous devez peut-être jouer un style différent pour avoir du succès de cette façon-là?
Je pense que c'est pas nécessairement un style différent, je te dirais. Je pense que c'est notre style tout court de match. La même façon qu'on joue à la maison, qu'on joue sur la route, c'est aussi simple que ça. Je pense que tu regardes les games à New York, la game à Vegas, on était direct là. On était, même, on pourrait même dire Colorado, on est revenu un peu aussi. Fait que je pense que c'est juste des petites erreurs que nous-mêmes on fait en tant qu'équipe sur la route qui finit par nous coûter le match. Mais je pense que si on joue la même game ici qu'on joue sur la route, je pense que ce sera pas long qu'on va virer le coin et on va avoir du succès sur la route.
Entre 13 décembre et 14 janvier prochain, vous allez jouer 12 de 15 matchs à l'extérieur. Voyez-vous ça comme un make or break dans votre série?
Je te dirais que non. Honnêtement, c'est sûr ça va être très important, on se mentira pas, mais je pense qu'on était au courant de la façon qu'on joue. Puis je pense juste à revenir comme hier soir, tu regardes la game sur la route, oui, on a perdu 5-1, c'était pas nécessairement un match 5-1, mais quand tu regardes le match, on s'est un peu tiré nous-mêmes dans le pied. Fait que ce que j'aime le plus, c'est d'arriver ce matin à l'aréna, puis je pense que tout le monde est au courant, tout le monde est sur la même page. Les joueurs, on sait que c'était un peu plus, c'était notre faute que de la raison pourquoi on a perdu sur la route hier, puis il n'y a pas d'excuses, tout le monde est au courant qu'il faut être meilleur, puis je te dirais que c'est le fun de voir que nous, en tant que groupe, qu'on est capable d'avoir de s'évaluer nous-mêmes, se regarder nous-mêmes dans le miroir, comme on dit, puis de prendre un step vers l'avant. Je pense c'est comme j'ai dit tantôt, oui, on joue moins bien sur la route, mais il y a 12 games de jouer cette année, il en reste encore 70, fait que je pense qu'il nous reste beaucoup de temps à virer le coin, puis je pense que je suis confiant en notre groupe que ce sera pas long qu'on va réussir.
Petite dernière sur l'avantage numérique, 0 en 11 en
Oui. Honnêtement, je te dirais qu'on essaie de peut-être un peu trop se compliquer la vie. Je pense même hier à Buffalo, je pense qu'on a eu certaines chances. Des fois, c'est des moments, des affaires qu'on n'est pas capable de trouver le fond du filet, comme la dernière game ici à la maison avec qu'on manquait quasiment un filet désert, mais je pense qu'il ne faut pas trop se casser la tête. Je sais qu'on a du talent, on a des gars qui sont capables d'être sur l'avantage numérique. C'est de peut-être simplifier les choses, essayer de faire moins le jeu parfait, de juste amener des rondelles vers le filet. Puis des fois, c'est un but moins beau qui rentre, mais je pense que ça l'ouvre les valves, c'est bon pour ton avantage numérique.
Est-ce que la simplicité, c'est la seule clé que vous avez besoin d'imposer votre style de jeu sur les autres équipes quand tu joues à la route?
Oui, je pense que oui. Je pense qu'arriver sur la route, c'est un match qui... tu sais que l'équipe va sortir fort avec beaucoup d'énergie. Puis je pense pour nous, c'est d'arriver là-dedans puis juste jouer un match simple. Je pense que, comme j'ai dit tantôt, t'as pas personne à impressionner, t'as pas personne des estrades ou moins compte pour toi. Fait que c'est d'arriver dans l'aréna puis de jouer le match le plus simple possible. Puis des fois, ça peut sonner boring un peu, excuse-moi l'anglicisme, mais c'est la réalité des choses. On s'en va sur la glace, on essaie de jouer le match le plus simple possible, puis de là, prendre les chances qu'on a avec le talent qu'on a dans notre équipe.
Time to digest last night. What impressions are you left with from last night's game?
No, I think we made a lot of mistakes where could have been avoidable, and just didn't really play the brand of hockey that we've been used to playing, and it's almost now that it happened, you look back that you're glad there's an opportunity that we can learn from and elevate from the adversity, from the way we played, and we're lucky that there's an opportunity to grow, and that's what you need. And a negative game, a game where you don't really have your best and not playing your best, is that there's more there, and there's more that we can tap into.
It's very early, but how do you explain this team not being able to achieve the same success that they do at home while on the road?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's frustrating, but I think for us it's at home, of course, playing in front of this fan base is very easy, and on the road it's we just have to embrace it a little bit harder, a little bit more, and we just have to find ways to win those types of games. We've had good efforts on the road, but I think there's more that we need to do, more that we need to accomplish, road games they're never pretty. They're just finding a way and find a way to get a gritty, greasy result.
What was your take on getting that instigator last night?
The way they explain it makes sense. Like, just be in that position before, throwing a clean hit, and of course it was right in front of me. I never want Timmy to get to ran at it, especially when I'm out there. But I guess it wasn't a full instigator because I didn't get the full 10 minutes. But the way they explain it to me is that it's almost unfair on the player who throws a clean hit that has to fight. But I mean, it's unfortunate, of course, that they scored on it too. But we just, I guess, needed to bounce back a little bit quicker than we did.
This might be easier said than done, but how do you find consistency? Because it seems to have eluded this team.
Yeah, I think it's all about our standard, and it's all about believing what we're doing, and we've played some really good hockey as of late. I wouldn't say last night we were impressed with the way we played, but a couple of bounces here, a couple of bounces there, it could have been a different result. So it's for us, it's just one day at a time. We don't need to look too far ahead. We have a good challenge ahead of us. It's great opportunity at home to have a great response to how we played last night.
I think you missed close to 9 minutes of that first period last night because of that. How much did it have an effect on how you got your legs back, and did it take a while?
Yeah, I mean, felt like I was sitting in there forever, and got to know the box guys pretty good. So we were talking about sending Christmas cards to each other for being in there for so long. So, but yeah, no, I think it's just you have to find a way, no matter what. Whenever that whistle comes and I'm coming out, I got to be ready to go. And there's a couple TV timeouts, so just got to get the legs going. And I think for me, my mindset was to get a couple bumps, coming out of the box to get re back in the game.
So what's your take about today's NHL culture that after a good hit, it seems that every player has to end up with a fight or something? Is there something that we should do? Something to change?
I don't think there's anything to change. I think for I feel like last night, I know Greener really well, and he doesn't shy away from that type of game as much as I do, and I think if roles were reversed and I threw a big hit, clean hit on one of the best players, I think he would do the same thing. So I don't know. I think since it happened right in front of me, it's that's something I've always preached as a teammate, that no matter what, clean, dirty, if there's a hit and one of our best players gets hit hard, and I always feel like they're kind of targeting him because that's what teams do to try to level the playing field. That's where for me that's where I step up and you kind of send that message is you're not going to go after one of our best players and have no response back to it.
You touched on it in your last answer. You do know Jordan very well. You guys were college teammates. I'm curious, what's it like? Obviously, you've been in a lot of fights, but what's it like to fight someone you have that relationship with from way back when?
Yeah, first time fighting a friend was pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but we had a couple good laughs after, and just kind of who would have thought that would happen? But I guess it would be a good story that we're gonna have, and yeah, he was. We were line mates and good friends at school, and still keep in touch. So I guess it was a different and weird experience.
There was no weird like you guys kind of just looked at each other, just went at it. Was there how did that? Can you kind of take, as weird as that sounds, can you take us through how that happened?
Yeah, well, just of course the hit happened right in front of me, and then obviously I'm standing there and we probably got to go here, and he dropped his gloves first. I'm like, okay, and then to actually happen, he's all in on it too, and of course the fight happened, and it was we had a good laugh, good conversation after, and got to catch up with them after the game. So yeah, it was all good.
That's just always going to be how you will be wired. If you see a teammate, particularly a top guy, get hit clean or dirty, your natural instinct is going to be things are getting settled now.
Yeah, because you don't want it to add up. You don't want guys like that to take constant runs, and I feel like if you do it a couple times, then guys know across the league that if you go after the top guys, then you'll have to answer the bell. And I guess I don't know if that's a whole NHL culture thing, but I guess it's a little bit of a mind game where that if you decided that play that type of game, is that we can do the same thing and match it as well.
How much does maybe the score and kind of come into play for you when you want to make a fight or have a fight with someone, or you see a play but it's a tie game early?
Yeah. That definitely comes into no fact in certain situations, but last night it wasn't really one of them. I know it was early in the game, and I guess just early in the game fights gets you in the game a little bit quicker, gets you more focused, more dialed in. But there's certain situations, certain fights that have happened in the past for myself that whether we needed an energy spark, just an answer, send a message. It's that's happened before, but last night was just all kind of in the moment.
You think of the expression, you're not as good as you think you are, and you're not as bad as you think you are?
You must have had our meeting room mic. So yeah, it's one of those days a little bit. I thought last night's game was probably closer than a 5-1 game, but much like I said after the game, I thought Buffalo deserved to win.
What's the biggest takeaway from that game that you were able to kind of talk about in meetings and you want to impart on your players?
I think just consistency in our game. When we've shown the willingness to be ultra competitive, we can play some really good hockey. And I don't think we're a team that's going to just there's not many in the league that win with 1, 2, 3 guys. And the good teams have a whole team that plays, ultra competitive. And, winning playoff hockey, winning road hockey, you need to be gritty, hard. I think our team, when we've done that, we've shown that we can play a good style of hockey.
No one is going to play, nobody plays perfect hockey.
No.
Travis. But how do you avoid these kind of, I don't know, riding the roller coaster in
Well, it's a bit of a mindset, bit of an attitude, I think, and really enjoying that kind of hockey. And that sometimes takes some time for players, younger players especially. Embracing it is a good word to use, that the hardness of the competitiveness of the game.
See any trends a month in that suggest why like the home and road records are so extreme one way over another?
I'm not too worried about it right now. 2 of our best games might have been Vegas and the Ranger game, where I think if we said both those games could win a playoff game, like that kind of game, even though you lost. So it's obviously with the record, it's easy to look at that and say that. We want to have a great home record, but we also want to have a good road record. So I'm not happy with our road record, but also being realistic about it. Didn't like the Colorado game. Wasn't thrilled with the Montreal game. Last night we were probably better than a 5-1 game, and I really liked our Vegas and Ranger game, but sometimes you don't get the results. But for me, the games that we haven't played well, we probably haven't had our whole team playing well. I thought last night we probably had 7 guys that probably were under par from what we liked or would want in their individual game. And when you have that and your special teams aren't great, you're not going to win a lot of road games. And, we got what we deserved last night. And now we've got to learn from it to, move on. There's a lot of teaching moments throughout a season for your group, especially a young group. We've used when we've played well as teaching moments. We've used when we haven't played well also, and that's kind of what today's about.
Coach, could the fight that Brady got into early in the game perhaps affect his game, have an effect on his game last night? He missed almost 9 minutes of that start of the game because of that. Is it fair to?
You'd have to ask Brady. I'm never going to take his aggressiveness out of his game. I'm not worried about Brady at all.
Coach, just trying to say, in today's NHL, why is it that any good checks have to finish with a fight?
Yeah, I think you're seeing that a little bit, especially if it's one of your top players. It seems like if it's not, there's not always a fight. I can't speak for the players, but I think teams in general don't want their top guys getting hit hard. I also feel that there's usually, last night there was 2 guys that both agreed to fight. If anything, I think, they might have dropped the gloves before Brady did. And 2 guys that wanted to fight. Fighting's legal in the NHL.
But is it a culture that kind of, we're about the same age, 80s, 90s kind of hockey?
Well, there was a lot more. There was a lot more fighting in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s than there are now.
After a good hit, you could pick a number between 1 and 2
Yeah, and maybe that could have happened last night, or maybe 2 guys decided that they wanted to fight. It wasn't last night wasn't an instigating fight at all. If anything, Greenway's gloves came off first. You've seen it before where sometimes there's a hit and they don't fight till later. Sometimes there isn't a fight. Fighting's also allowed in the NHL. It's not illegal to fight.
How would you maybe assess your penalty kills so far this season?
Probably where it sits. Done a decent job at moments, not so good at moments.
Is there a particular area that you want to improve on your PK?
Yeah, well, we obviously want to give up less grade A chances. I think we can do a better job of not letting teams set up as well, and we've got a lot of new penalty killers, regular guys that are killing regularly, and a different system. So, it's one area that we don't have, especially in the forward group, where we don't have a lot of guys that have done a lot of penalty killing. So we're doing a lot of teaching on the fly, and penalty killing might be harder to teach than power play. Quite honestly, because a lot of players they become better penalty killers later in the league, the longer they've played. Guys that have played the power play have always played the power play their whole life, and they might not even have penalty killed before. And if they did, it was at a much different level of not only execution but thinking. And it's a work in progress.
What did you think of how Linus Ullmark played yesterday?
Average. I'm sure he's probably his harshest critic. He'd probably like a couple back. I'm not worried about Linus one bit. He's going to be fine. He'll find his game.
Do you expect to have Artem Zub tomorrow?
There's a possibility.
I don't guess Shane think that it's not close.
He's close.
Possibility for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. They're skated today.
The style that you think can win in the playoffs, like how much, whether it's video meetings or talking to the team in the room, is that part of the messaging about like these are the moments that can help us in the games that matter, or they?
Yeah, I think it's both. You show video, you have open, honest communication, discussions. We've done a lot of game reviews. Some of them are teaching moments structurally, some of them are situational, and I think our guys, the one good thing about our group is they're willing to watch good video, which everyone does, but also video where they need to learn, and it's never to embarrass anyone. It's always done constructively, but and for the most part they're grasping what we're trying to teach, but there's also the mindset of being an 82-game player and an 82-game player that can win. And that's what winning teams have. A certain way they play, it's just what they are. And you have to sometimes build into that.
This as a coach, do you put on the first minute of the game and the last minute of the game, especially holding down the fort defensively?
Yeah, that's kind of a given once you get to the pro level, the importance of the start, importance of the end of the periods. And we've had some moments where we've given up some goals at untimely matters, but to be honest, if you give up a goal in the first minute or the 8th minute, it's not a big difference. A lot of it's more of how you're giving up the goal. And I thought last night we gave up a couple goals just on simple face-off details that we probably weren't mentally sharp. And again, we talk about the process, and you play a shift, you got to be mentally engaged, not just physically engaged from shift to shift.